Did you get your secret code? Me too. Now it's time to crack the code. Before we do though, don't you want to learn how to write secret messages? I thought so. What we're going to do is we're going to take our orange water and we're going to set it aside. We're going to get a new bowl and new water. We're going to put about the same amount of water in, so about a half a cup. You do yours while I get mine. I got my bowl. And I got my water. This time you're going to use the bag with white powder in it. Well, I'm going to tell you a secret. The white powder is actually baking soda. What you're going to do is you are going to pour your white bag of baking soda into your bowl. That should be enough for me. And I'm going to take my paintbrush. Now, I have to make sure my paintbrush is clean or else people are going to see my secret message. So I'm going to take my paintbrush and I'm going to go wash my brush. I'll be right back. Alright, now I have a clean brush and I have a clean piece of paper too. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my clean paintbrush and I'm going to take my water and my baking soda and I'm going to mix it together. Now, the funny thing about baking soda and water is they don't really like to mix together too much. That's okay. So every time I put my paintbrush into my water, I'm going to give it a swirl to help mix up that baking soda in the bottom. So I'm going to take my paintbrush, dip it in my water, and give it a swirl. I'm going to take my paper and I'm going to think, who am I going to write my secret message to? I'm going to write mine to my husband, Daddy Ben. So I'm going to take my paper, I'm going to set it down, and I'm going to move the camera again so you can see. There we go. And I'm going to give my water with baking soda a stir, and I'm just going to draw a heart on mine. You can put whatever you want on yours. Maybe it's a secret message to your brother or your sister. Maybe it's a secret message to your mom, telling her how much you love her. Maybe it's a secret message to your dad, telling him where you hid the ice cream. So I'm going to take my stuff and I'm going to write right on my paper. And I'm going to do a heart. So every time I go back in, I'm going to give it a mix. And I'm going to put it back onto the paper. And mix. When I'm doing this, I'm tapping my brush on the side so that we don't have too many puddles. It's okay if you have puddles, but it will take longer to dry. Okay, so I'm done doing mine. And I'm going to hold it up so you can see. You can see that it's really wet. Now, the secret of doing secret messages is that you don't want anyone to see them. So what you have to do is you have to wait for it to dry. Now, this can take a long time. It's really hard waiting for mine to dry. So I just have to wait and wait and wait and wait and wait. When it's dry, and I mean all the way dry, Girl Scouts, it has to be all the way dry. Then you go and give your blank piece of paper. Oh, you can still see my pretend blank. I'm going to give my blank piece of paper to my mom, to my brother, to my sister, to my dad. And they're going to go, this is a blank piece of paper. And then you're going to give them the secret code or the secret ingredient to read the message. I gave you an orange powder in your bag and you made orange water. Well, that orange powder is actually ground turmeric. When you take this and you brush it on paper that has the dried baking soda, for some reason you can see the image on there, and that's why it turns red, just like Girl Scouts of Western Washington sent us a message. Now you can send a message. So after you put your message on your paper, you have to let it dry all the way, and then tell the person you're giving your secret message to use your special ground turmeric water to be able to read their message. I wonder who you're going to send your message to.